So I'm not saying this to gloat because I mean, once again, it's low effort. It's low effort shit, but I made a bunch of stuff. I kind of burned myself out, and I should honestly take the day off. But for some reason, I decided to talk. I just gotta keep talking. I'm a fucking idiot. Last week, within the last week, I've been drinking, and we'll say the last couple weeks. It started off with one beer, literally one beer, but then I started like waking up at like dawn and shit, and like I was like or even earlier than dawn, like fucking 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm like starting to like drink beer or drink, not beer, fucking like it's just a shot, unmeasured shot of alcohol, of vodka with fucking mixed with some cranberry juice or orange juice or whatever. Sorry about talking about myself. Kevin Smith. So, okay. So, long story short with this guy, I've cited him a number of times. I mean, he's probably my favorite director, even though once again, I guess you would say he's not the best director, whatever the fuck. I guess there's a difference. Like, who's your opinion of the best director versus who you think the best director of all time is? I guess, or you can conflate, like, who do you think the world would conflate as the best director is, whatever the fuck, if that makes more sense. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't want to have that second conversation. My favorite director, I think, would be Kevin Smith. I've watched pretty much all his fucking films. Long story short, his cyclical thing started as an indie film, but it wasn't just indie films. It was kind of like this, like, there's something to it. And that's why, I don't know, it was captivating for some reason. And to other people, I can't really explain it. It's very real, but obviously, it's visceral. Sorry, I'm fucking a little drunk. And once again, I don't really, anyway, I poured down the vodka down the drain. So we're good. It's not the first time. Then, it's a good sign, that's a bad sign. Anyway. So he went from fucking Clerks, and then he goes to like fucking, I think it was Mallrats, and you got Chasing Amy and Jersey Girl, and I don't know the exact order. And Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob's Strike Back. Clerks 2, Cop Out, which that's one I still have to see, which I guess, technically it's only directed. I've seen like pretty much all the other ones, Clerks 3 and fucking Yoga Hosers, Tusk, Red State. That one took me a while just to fucking find it. It was what, so, I'm sure there's a couple, 4:30 movie. Did I mention all of them, I think? Let me see. Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Jersey Girl. I'm pretty sure. 94. I think 95, 97, 98, or 99. Dogma's 2000, I think. Or maybe that's 99. Chasing Amy. Strikes Back. Jay and Silent Bob. It's 2001. And then I think there's a little hiatus, right? Until Clerks 2, because I don't know what the fuck happened between those 5 years or whatever. Or maybe it was 4 years. I don't remember when the fuck Clerks. I think it was 2006 when it came out. Fucking Red State, we had Tusk, we had Yoga Hosers, Reboot, which I forgot about, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, Clerks 3, Cop Out, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, that's 2008, I think. Sorry. It's fun, on one side, I could talk about, if I wanted to talk about fucking tacos right now, I fucking could, dude. I'm not going to, but I could. Alright. Started off as like, I want to call it indie, but it really was something else. It just was something else. It was independent. Indie is different. He's made indie films. But I really feel like Clerks was like independent. Like indie, I feel like it's still like, I don't know, man. You're just like trying to figure out the same formula as everybody else. Clerks was very beatnik. And obviously there was a formula, and obviously he was trying to do what everyone else, and blah blah blah, slackers and all that shit. Mallrats, he's starting to get the mainstream. Starts going into mainstream. Chasing Amy, Jersey Girl, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. I would say, we're even going past it. I'd say fucking Clerks 2. Cop Out, would that be the jumping the shark? Zack and Mary make a porno that should have been popular, but the reason why it wasn't is because you made you're talking about porn. Like, no offense, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I don't give a fuck that it's porn, but there's a lot of people in this fucking country and this world that are very anti-porn, they're very anti-mature theme stuff, very religious, so that's why it didn't work. It's good film. It's just not the best subject, realistically. Then Cop Out, which I didn't fucking see that shit, which fucking, I don't know, I heard it was shitty, so I don't really... I literally had the DVD at one point, but I just still haven't seen it. Maybe at one point I will see it. Sorry, my fucking chin is really itchy for some reason. I don't know why. So anyway, after Cop Out, I went straight up B movie. This is like straight to DVD kind of shit. We got Tusk, Yoga Hosers, even fucking Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. That was also like kind of straight to DVD B movie. But like at the time, I didn't understand. I was like, man, this is fucking shitty. Like, why would he fucking do this? Fucking Red State. It wasn't even that. It was okay, but it was actually, it wasn't that bad. Anyway, it was like, why would he do this? And it's like, why not? And also, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. Free will, autonomy, all that shit. Also, probably setting boundaries against the fans, like, fuck you, but also, he just want to do some shit with his family, or for his family. Whether for his daughter and his wife, or his friends, or fucking his mom and dad, whether they, rest in peace, his dad. 4:30 movie, I feel like, was definitely an homage to his, where it all started, the origins, the Kevin Smith origin story. But also, like, an homage and a, fucking love note to his mom and his dad. Possibly also, to the rest of his family, his wife and daughter and himself. And once again, a lot of it obviously is for himself, but I feel like in this fucking world, you gotta do this shit for yourself. Because you can't, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it for yourself, what the fuck are you doing it for? I just feel like it's gonna be a little hollow. You gotta do, it's autonomy, man. Autonomy is a beautiful thing. So, I get it a little bit more, and, not too long, when I had like maybe like shock or whatever the fuck, shell shocked when I watched Reboot. But I've rewatched that movie a number of times since, and it's, once again, there's just something about it, and just forgivable. It's a little bit forgivable. So, and even like, Silent but Deadly, like if I had not witnessed or listened to his podcasting career, I would appreciate the stand-up comedy a lot more. Because he, in a sense, even though he'd never went the stand-up route, he kind of is a stand-up comedian. And he definitely studied that kind of shit. I mean, he had literally George Carlin as a friend, dude. I don't know how close of a friend, but literally the fact that he had him in fucking, at least more than one movie, I can't remember. Fucking Strike Back, and I think also Dogma. I think he was in Dogma as well. I think he was just a little feature in Strike Back. Yeah, he's just the hitchhiker, and then the pastor or the priest or whatever in fucking Dogma. I think it was a couple other fucking, maybe. I don't remember. But, something George Carlin always wanted. He wanted to be an actor, and Kevin Smith opened the fucking door for him. Just a little bit, Beautiful fucking soul, beautiful heart. A man that fucking wanted his friends, not fucking, he didn't go for clout. I mean, obviously he wanted that balance. He wanted he wants that recognition, the notoriety, the respect. But at the fucking same time though, man, he just wanted to do it for his friends. He just wanted to do it for his family. It was never about getting fucking, Leonardo DiCaprio or fucking Robert Downey Jr. I mean, I'm sure once again, if he could, Jennifer Aniston. I'm just trying to think of at least let me just say at least one name that is not a dude's name. And once again, he fucking launched careers for sure. We got Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. And once again, I was definitely a hater of Ben Affleck for a bit. Just I was like, fucking, especially, but at the same time though, man, he's a fine, he loves what he's doing. I mean, and he got a fucking an award. I mean, I don't give a fuck about awards and trophies and all that shit, but like, this is a man that was like, he just wanted to prove himself, and he, you know, at least to some parts of society, he's fucking proved himself. So, I mean, I apologize as a previous hater of your work, sir. You mean you fucking obviously give a shit, you know, and I apologize. So, I know it's not enough. You know, and with Strikes Back, you know, the fucking, like, the reviewer that, like, talks shit and then gets their ass kicked, I would definitely be one of those people. I talked a lot of shit with Reboot. I was not a fan of how Chasing Amy ended. But if those are real events and those are things that you were processing, how can you argue? How can you argue with something that happened that was real? To me, it seemed like a fucking theatrical fucking play. Like, it's just like you're just telling a story and you get to throw these characters in whatever scenario you want. But if that, I mean, as far as I you know, the more you find out, you know, I think that a lot of that stuff was actually, you know, stuff that had happened. And that's why it felt or feels so real, is because it was. I'm sure sometimes, obviously, there's some things that, like, you know, fucking with Silent Bob using the Force to save the tape for Mallrats, you know, shit like that. Dogma, you got the shit monster and the angels and all that shit. What's her fucking name? I think Alanis Morissette, right? That's God. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you just have, like, a bunch of fucking people that, like, at least want to feature, just a feature, and they're, like, big names. Like, you must be doing something right, you know? And I hope he just continues, like, and, like, with Clerks 3, for example, I actually did like that film a lot. I love Elias. I'm so glad you get to see Elias again. I would love to see a TV series from Kevin Smith, not from, like, you know, The Flash or something that he just, like, directs or whatever. Like, I would love to see, like, a fucking Clerks, like, week, like it's like six episode thing. Fucking, I mean, I did like a little fan script. I don't expect him to use it. You don't have to. If you ever, for some reason, Kevin Smith's like, you know, no. So, I just hope he just keeps going, and I hope there is a Clerks 4, or like a Clerks TV like even the animated TV series. I fucking love that shit. That shit was so fucking funny. Who is driving? Oh, Bear's driving. I don't remember. Sorry for not completely just paraphrasing or whatever, not direct quote, but that fucking, and the art style, I just love their eyes. Their eyes were dude. That fucking artwork was. The art and the fucking the show was so funny. Just once again, it's just like different. If only that show came out now, you know what I mean? I feel like it'd be a little bit different, just a little bit. I mean, if you put it on Netflix, it's probably gonna cancel it anyway. They cancel fucking everything. But you know, I'd love to see another Stamp special. I'd love to see another fucking View Askew universe. I would love to see some Scott Mosier again, but also like. Jason Mewes, in my opinion, has definitely proven himself. I mean, Jason Lee, and there's plenty of other fucking actors I can't think of right now. I'm sorry that I'm blanking out their fucking names. Ethan Hawke, nah, it's not Ethan Hawke, right? I mean, you got Joey Lauren Adams, for example, but I'm trying to remember his fucking name. Ethan Suplee, my bad. I mean, maybe I should check out. I mean, I think it was like Fat Man Beyond. I've checked out a lot of his podcasts, but I think you have to actually like have a subscription or something like that. It's just be nice, you know. I recently like watched almost every episode of fucking Comic Book Men. That was just something I just was always, because I don't really give a shit about reality TV show, but it really was kind of like Clerks. Kind of every episode in a sense. I mean, it was Clerks, but also kind of like Pawn Shops or whatever, or Pawn Stars or whatever the fuck. A little history about comic books. That was nice. That was beautiful. It reminded me of like when I played HeroClix when I was younger. Learned a lot about comic books and characters that way. But that was essentially, with Comic Book Men. But once again, like some commentary. I mean, it was a little clean cut because obviously it was for TV, but. And once again, if it was made nowadays, it may be a little bit different, or made on a different studio or channel or whatever the fuck. But, you know, very prolific career, you know, and I think he's definitely a very underrated person. Underrated director, underrated. I mean, some people might, you know, maybe in a sense you could see him as overrated or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? If you put him too high on a pedestal or whatever the fuck, but like as a human being, like this man is very prolific. He's put out how many fucking films? He's put out how much fucking podcasts, like episodes and shit. How many podcasts is this motherfucker doing? I mean, I guess one little gripe that this is something that I do myself, is like overworking myself, just having way too much, just juggling way too much, and sometimes like it can really get in the way. But if he's enjoying himself, like, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. That's what autonomy, that's free will. Like, I would love to see more films. And once again, I guess, like, it'd be nice if it kind of went back. But I feel like with Clerks 3, it kind of really did go back, in a sense. In 4:30 movie, that was definitely like an indie film. So, we went from mainstream into straight up like B movie, and then kind of like this return to indie in a sense. But at the same time, though, like I said, like Clerks was really not an indie film. It was an indie film, but it was something about it just made it just different, man. And when you really think about it, I mean, it's like, why I'm looking up to like a movie about fucking like a couple of minimum wage jobs, guys in a position for minimum wage. Sorry, let me say that again. A couple of guys in minimum wage position jobs, and they're just talking about shit. Like, how is that supposed to be even entertaining? If you were to explain that, like, realistically, like, what's Clerks about? That's what it's about. Just two fucking guys as cashier, they're working at cashiers, two cashiers. One fucking, doesn't want to be there and is reluctant to be there, and just, it's kind of like a pushover, and the other one's just fucking an asshole and doesn't want to be there, but obviously, like, they just need someone to fucking fill that position, and, he's willing to show up at least, even if it's late or whatever. And I think it just really shows the reality of fucking life and somewhat. So, but all they're doing is there's a couple of nerds that's talking about nerdy shit, but then also like social, shit, interpersonal fucking relationship shit going on, like shit that we all go through, like high school and getting like coming of age kind of fucking situation, like college, but also dropping out. Like, this isn't like they're about to go into college. They've already experienced a bit of college, and they still don't know what they want to do in themselves. And there's plenty of people on this planet that are like that. And then obviously with Clerks 2, they just coming to the conclusion of like, it's just fucking, owning a store, just owning a convenience store. Like, at least you can't really go wrong there. At least you're given the fucking bare minimum. They're gonna show up. They want their fucking Twinkie. They want their milk, their fucking cigarettes. As long as you have it fucking stocked and you show up, you're fucking there. That's all you have to do. You price it right, you're fine. Maybe you price a little bit more if you want a little bit more of a profit or whatever the fuck, or to combat any theft. So, and then Clerks 3 is, the realities of like the existential existence of humanity, or human existence, or life itself. Like, what are you gonna do with yourself? So, and there's plenty of, a lot of the other films deal with romance and, like I said, interpersonal stuff, interpersonal relationship, other family, friends, life in general, careers. So, plenty of people have already talked about, so I don't know what else really to fucking say. There's been documentaries made about this dude. He was a fucking nerd, and, he did shit that, not many people were willing to do, because they were told, or they believed it wasn't possible. And I think, originality exists. He's definitely a person that was able to bring original dynamics, characters, storyline. Not just him, but the people around him. Scott Mosier, Jason Mewes, fucking Jason Lee. I mean, the list goes on, Fuck, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Fuck. Joey Lauren Adams. Fucking... list goes on, motherfucker. The fucking made up words, but like a lot of that stuff is once again real, like, fucking snoogans, snoochie boochies. Sorry, fucking snoogans, man. So it's just yeah, and like I don't know, like I guess like once again, like there are times where it seemed like it got into their heads, and that's just how humans process things, and based on their backgrounds and just their nature in general, and their who they have around them, etc., and just how they handle it in general. Perseverance, just getting up after fucking falling down. Some people just give up, and so far, as far as I know, he hasn't fucking given up. So I'm trying to just let's just once again, maybe I could talk about other profiles on other people around him or whatever the fuck. And maybe I will for Jason Mewes, for example, or even Scott Mosier. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, sir, for being a leader in the world, whether you realize it or not. I'm sure you've processed that. Fuck ego and all that shit, but identity, id, all that shit is important. Excuse me, sorry, still a little inebriated. Just doing what makes you happy. He's a perfect example of that. So, and he's got a loving wife. This is one of those so me personally, I dream of being with another, because I'm a creative type. I love to be with another creative type. And maybe Jen is a creative type, so I know that she started. I don't know if it started out, but I know how they met. She was interviewing him, so she was an interviewer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I can't remember. I don't know if she was a reporter or a journalist. I don't. But and I'm not sure. I don't know if she's just a stay-at-home mom now. I am not sure. I'm not. No judgment here. I'd love to be a stay-at-home dad if she is a stay-at-home parent, because that shit is very important. Taking care of your family in various ways. I mean, once again, I fucking have no idea. Maybe she fucking also worked still as a reporter, interviewer. I don't remember. I think she became a stay-at-home mom, which once again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I was talking about. Beautiful thing of, what I mean? I don't even think she even, is Jen even, is she really kind of even a nerd? I mean, does she become a nerd because of Kevin, or she was a nerd in various other ways? She's not a comic book nerd. I mean, from some stand-up comedy, that stand-up special, he mentions that she didn't give a fuck about comic book men. So clearly, most likely, I mean, there's a chance maybe she just doesn't give a fuck about Kevin's friends and shit like that, or couldn't believe that, that made it into a TV series or whatever. But, I mean, just once again, obviously she cares about him. He cares about her. They showed that. I mean, I think he, in the special, explains the interaction between them and how they met and whatnot. I believe, if not that, then one of the, Kevin Smith, I can't remember the fuck, the interview, An Evening with Kevin Smith. That's what they were called. I think he did 3 of them, and then he did one that wasn't called that. But I think one of those once again, if I didn't watch all those and also was aware of the podcasting and stuff like that, the stand-up special would be, it'd be awesome. Far more. I mean, it is awesome. It's actually, he's a good storyteller. But his story about explaining how they met and everything, beautiful story. It's obviously kind of a little embarrassing, but fucking very human once again, and very vulnerable, willing to explain these details about what happened and stuff. But instead of, it's an example. I mean, maybe not you need to fucking set the bar low. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is sometimes you can maybe love is where you least expect it, or it comes when he was with Joey Lauren Adams for a bit. You know what I mean? She was fucking absolute, what is it, fucking a rocket or firecracker or whatever the fuck. Jen, I would say, is a little bit more controlled, but I mean, obviously she's still also a firecracker too, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? So, no disrespect, I promise, don't kick my ass, don't beat my ass, please. It's just because obviously, and then you got Harley Quinn, I mean, fucking, it's a very beautiful family in general, and not even physical looks, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they love each other. Kevin Smith made fucking movies for them, with them, you know what I mean? And they're still around. They don't fucking hate him. They don't think he's an annoying piece of shit. Once again, I'm sure he's got his flaws and stuff. But one of his flaws was just not eating healthily. You know what I mean? Because then plenty of people do that. They don't, you don't think about that kind of shit. And he made a fucking movie about it at least a couple times about it. So, I don't know what else to say. He's a very funny motherfucker. He's got a very loving, surroundings, a very loving family, very loving friends. He's a very loving human being. He's a very nice person. He's a hero in my eyes. I don't see him as much as an anti-hero. I see him very much as a hero. I mean, maybe not exactly like as strict as Batman or something like that, or even maybe a little bit more lax like the Flash or something like that, but maybe not, patriotic as like Captain America or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I mean, if he could play any character, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you. Please don't make me have to think about that. The fucking Blob, man. No, he's actually, as far as I know, he's fucking skinny now, so. Maybe someone's dad? I don't fucking know. Like Tim Drake's dad or something. I don't know. Maybe, actually, I'm sure Tim Drake's dad looks nothing like him. Never mind. I don't fucking know, man. I'm talking like an alternate universe or something like that where it doesn't really matter. And none of it matters anyway. So, anyway, I'm going to fucking finish this up. Once again, thank you, Kevin Smith. And also, like leading the example of originator, director, creator, expressionist, lover, partner, team player, follower. He's, once again, I already said leader. So, I would love to hope to end up in a relationship like his. But it seems, once again, very loving, very fucking loving, very understanding, accepting, affirmations, same page, compromise. It's very real. Like, once again, like, not like, and don't get me wrong, like, the chances, maybe we all could, like, end up with our mirror version of ourselves, but maybe in a sense they are mirror versions of themselves if you really fucking look at it. And I don't, in the past, I always was like, I always believed other people's opinions mattered way more than mine did. And, they knew better, whatever the fuck, other people knew better about myself and life in general than I do. And which, could be okay, could be the case. I always say, like, fish can swim but can climb a tree. But, completely fucking forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I was saying, like, in the past, like, I had to, like, come up with a bunch of reasons, a bunch of details, a bunch of deep-seated reasons as to why I like what I like. But sometimes all you have to say is, I like it. And that's it. And if someone needs to judge you or fucking... it depends on the situation, I guess. There's a balance to everything. But, like, I like Kevin Smith. Frankly, I love Kevin Smith. I'd love to be in, like, a movie or whatever the fuck. But, once again, he's got thousands upon thousands of fans. You know what I mean? So, I'm nothing special. I'd love to meet him. I'd love to shake his hand. I'd love to hug him. Hold him for a bit. Not, like, be any sexual things. That's not really a joke. Just, like, literally, this guy was, like, kind of like a father figure of sorts in some sense. I come from a family of 10. I have 9 other brothers and sisters. As far as I know, all full-blooded, which I'm pretty sure we are. We all kind of look similar. But, like, just the reality of the situation. My dad took care of, my mom and dad took care of us the best they could. But the reality of the situation is there's only so much time in the world, and can't play probably catch with every single fuck. Some people can handle that shit, but life ain't cheaper by the dozen, they don't have happy endings all the time. Reality is, like, fucking people drift apart. Reality is you stop being friends one day. Reality is, I don't know, like, it's like, you question things like, was it even really like that in the first place? Was it really like that at all? But, I don't know, I'm just rambling by this point. Once again, Mr. Smith, thank you for everything you've done. If you would like to stop, you can. No one's telling you what to do. But if you're taking any suggestions or some advice, maybe not advice, or opinions or something, I would love to hear more and see more of your stories, sir. You're moving pictures. You do a good job, sir. Thank you. love you. Salsa Shark. We're gonna need a bigger boat. I'm not even supposed to be here today. What else is there, man? Snoochie Boochies. Snoogans. Give me the map, Scott. Meh, meh, meh. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, nah, 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 nah. I think that's actually different. I'm actually thinking about the reboot version, which was actually, in my opinion, that version was not as good as the original. The Strikes Back. No. I don't remember how it fucking goes, but I just know, Jason. In my opinion, I guess a critiquer, a musician as well. I do believe the original. I don't want to be like the original is better, but like it just. I think the other one was like. I think that's what I did. I can't remember. Sorry, Jason Lee. I mean, My Name Is Earl is really fucking good. Ethan Suplee, thank you. Sorry, don't beat my ass. I promise I'm trying to remember everything. So I was like, $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If you don't, then you owe me. Oh, I think I fucked it up, but Jungle Love. Oh. This is definitely a paraphrase, but it's like, do you think a stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet main? I don't think that's what the fuck that was. It's like a toilet fucking something. No, man, like his fucking band name's like fuck your Yankee blue jeans or some shit. Scrowl neck. Oh, what's a plate with nothing good on it? Is that, I forgot the fucking, what does Jay say? Yo, man, Rosario Dawson's fucking sexy as fuck. It's very unfortunate, though understandable, as to why she couldn't feature in Clerks 3 that much, or as much as she did. Bummer, but understandable. Also, kind of just, they had to kill off the character and shit, but once again, I mean, you kind of like, you can lean into that kind of thing, which is what happened. I'm sorry, Jesus. I think I already said this, but fuck Pillow Pants. I'm taking it back. Pickle fucker. Yo, some pickle fucker gave us free eats. I'm pretty sure I paraphrased that. What's a Nubian? Once again, I'm paraphrasing. This is all memory shit. It's like, yo, this guy's a goat fucker. This guy fucks goats. What is your major malfunction? What is your major malfunction, little boy? I don't know what the fuck he says. Fuck. Say what you... Please, Randall, say what you will about Transformers, but keep the ring out of this. Please keep the trilogy out. I will kick your ass back here, back to the I will kick your ass back. Fuck. I will kick your ass here and back to the Oh, shit. I already said it, I think, but I'm not even supposed to be here today. If you plan to steal, let us know. Who is driving? Bear is driving. I think I already said that too. Shit. I don't remember. Man, I'm just trying to... This is lately just like fucking pure memory. I've seen these fucking films a million times. Maybe not all of them, but... I hope to talk about Stanley at some point. Fucking Excelsior, enough said, man. Fucking true believer and shit. Fucking Sega boy. I don't know how to fucking end this shit, but I just want to show my appreciation for Kevin Smith. So, my love for you is like a truck berserker. Would you like some making fuck berserker? My love for you is ticking clock berserker. Would you like to suck? Would you like to suck my cock, berserker? Olaf, what part of Russia are you from? Moscow. My love for you is like a truck, berserker. Would you like some making fuck, berserker? That's fucking funny, man. Did he say making fuck? My love is the fuck. My love for you is ticking clock, berserker. Would you like to suck my cock, berserker? That's beautiful, man. Olaf, what part of Russia are you from? Moscow. My grandma used to say, what's better? Fucking a good plate with nothing on it? No, wait, I fucked up. What's a good plate with nothing on it? Meaning, I don't know, she was senile and shit. She used to fucking piss herself all the time and shit herself. Come on, Silent Bob, let's get the fuck out of this fucking gym joint with this fucking... I'm not gonna say that. Fucking Dante, you cock smoker. Olaf, metal. That's his fucking metal face. Come on, Olaf, berserker. Oh no, he's fucking like embarrassing shit. Come on, Olaf, girl thinks sexy. Skrelnik.